Well, that was an interesting use of time. It was time, well, spent. But I wouldn't say it was time well spent. But it was spent. Semantics, words. But I always found it funny. I heard that maybe over 25 years ago, and it stuck. Yeah. They said it better, but I remembered it. The whole time well spent versus time well spent. Never mind. Yeah. The topic tonight was this guy. He had some sobriety. Then he went back out for a long time because he couldn't, deal with expectations and responsibilities of life. Being an adult, I guess, is the easiest way to say that. Growing up, you know. And after a week is the fun topic. He's bored. And, people have shared what they shared, the usual standard stuff. Rhetoric is the best word, not dogma, rhetoric. Yeah. The popular answers, the approved answers, the ones that don't make waves. Don't break taboos. Don't defy convention. Got to be PC. Not politically correct. Maybe AC or something. I don't know. Alcoholically correct? I don't know. It doesn't matter. But if somebody's bored and they feel like they need everybody else to entertain them constantly, to jingle those keys, to talk to them so they don't suddenly get the urge to go drink and then go die or get into a horrible accident or, hurt somebody else or damage their, they need those keys jingled in front of them to prevent them from, My answer is like, well, it's only a matter of time then. Just go. If your bottom of your understanding wasn't bad enough that you don't already want this, then nothing I can ever do or anybody else can do, can really ever stop you because you're gonna get bored. That happens. That's life. It's always going to be life. And it's like, that just... No. I just kept my mouth shut. But that inner... And it's like, and other people might say, well, you were like that. And it's like, no, actually I wasn't. You weren't there. My decision was not about quitting drinking or even restarting. It was about life and death. And it's like, it was an ultimatum. It's like life or death. And death was looking pretty good because death didn't have all the stuff that you had to do. And I still think about it from time to time, This whole life thing, it's like, wow. This stuff, and I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense. It's work, and this body, just have to, like, maintenance. Like the stuff you have to do, and it's like maintenance, and then you gotta eat. You gotta take care of yourself. Grooming, being social to take care of your emotional whatever. It's work. Being alive. And it's not, and yeah, it sucks. A lot of times. Doesn't have to, but it does at times. Get over yourself. Get over it. work with others, do whatever it takes. People like to say, get a hobby, whatever. I mean, hobbies help, but a lot of people are just, it just feels like the they don't want the truth. They want the easy button. They're looking for the convenient answer, the one that requires nothing from them but gives them everything. They want everything for nothing. They want answers in their lap. They want it to be, they want it now. They want more of it. And then when they're done with it, playing with their toy, they want the next one ready to go without even having to ask. They want, all the entitlement, all the luxury with no work or energy expenditure. They want it all for free, and they want it now, and they want more of it. And all for them, no sharing. So, and it's not even a rarity or a random sentiment. Yeah, it's like everybody, it's like, yeah, he brings up good points. There are a lot of people nodding their heads. It's like, yeah, people don't, they're at where they're at in their life and in their recovery or their servitude in the judicial system, how many years they owe based on bad behavior or whatever their record is. They put themselves there. They were not targeted. They were not singled out. They chose that. They put themselves there through series of bad choices, just like I did. But I never got into the criminal system. I would have eventually if I had lived, or got into trouble before, my ending. But I was, just the way it happened, the way I made my choices and the places where I chose to be and how I chose to be there. I was very careful and very safe as you can be. And I always prepared ahead. It's like I was never like, I was responsibly dying. I guess that's the best way. I was trying to responsibly die in solitude. Not that that's really a thing you can do nowadays. It's like, I can barely even go wander into the woods and find a nice place to just lie down. I get bothered. Somebody would disturb me. So, but I don't have any plans on doing that today. Maybe tomorrow, but not today. We'll see how it goes. But this whole entertainment thing, if I was going to, I didn't share tonight. There were enough people, and I hear myself talk so much. People, a lot of the people that were there tonight, they aren't there on the other days. They weren't there Thursday, they weren't there Friday, they weren't there Saturday, and so they come in Sunday and they expecting me to talk. And Eric's quiet. Something's wrong with Eric. No, Eric's been talking this entire time. You weren't here just because, it's like, it's not my job to entertain and, oh my gosh. It's like the show. It's like, I don't have to perform. I'm not on demand. And you guys don't even seem to care anyway. You just kind of, you like me to do what I do, but then it's like, I get treated kind of like, how I get treated. Because I don't do what everybody wants me to do. I'm not social like how I'm supposed to be social. If only I'd, but I don't. And I guess I'm mean. I guess I'm unfriendly. I guess I'm in relapse mode. Who knows? But I don't care. I just really can't be bothered to care so much about what other people think. They can think I'm the one that keeps coming back. I don't know where they go. What happens to a lot of them? So it's like, I'm not here to be popular, and I'm not here to make friends. And that's a good thing, because I don't really, I'm liked, and that's probably a problem for me. As I don't, so I'm working on not being liked more than I am on being liked. And people, they like that. That's the thing. And it's kind of annoying. So it's like, but I don't want to play any games where it's like, well, if they like that, then I'll join them in their reindeer games and then play along and pretend to like their stories, but they'll like that too. That's the problem. They like it when I pretend to be who they want me to be for them, and then they like me as well when I'm being myself and I disappear and do whatever it is I do, but I keep coming back anyway, and I have good stuff to share, but they just wish I'd pretend and hang out with them more. So it's like, it's difficult not being liked around here. I'm working on it. But I actually don't like some of the people's behavior around me that I feel like I get snubbed, where like it's probably just, because not everybody, but there's a few that seem to, I think that they don't, arrogance, they think that, I get the impression that the way I'm regarded is that I know better, or I know more, or I'm more, I don't know. It used to be friendly to me, but then when I stopped interacting with certain parties on purpose, because I've talked about that many times, it's like I had to make a stand. It's like I'm not going to be bullied, gaslit, manipulated, you know, doubting my own sense of reality and what's what. And it's like, oh, well, without me, it's like, no, I've been doing fine. I'm much happier with the absence of this person in my life than I would ever even consider letting them back in. Oh my God, no! Because once they're in, then so it's like, and luckily for me, there's plenty of other people that are willing to be their entertainment. That it's like I don't have to entertain them anymore and be their buddy. I don't want to be. It's like that was a full-time job, and it's like no. And they got me, as their buddy, friend, um, about a year in, back in 2017, and it took me all the way up till like, the pandemic, and that was a really good excuse to sever that friendship. It had to be done, and it was like, this is a good time. It was just a culmination of all sorts of little things, but autistic burnout, meltdown. It was a meltdown. It was probably the first, well, no, first really good one though, because I did it in public too, quietly, but in public. You would have had to have been watching, and it felt good. Standing up for myself, not, finally acknowledging that it's like I'm not going to. And I shared on it too in that same meeting. Really just, and it's probably in my writing too. I think it was probably from sometime in February 2020. So probably just about a year ago. I stand by that decision. I don't regret it. I'm glad he didn't relapse over it and go back out. And all his friends and sycophants is a good word, and toadies, followers, people that basically look up to him as being the embodiment of this program, as doing it correctly and wanting his approval. It's like, and I'm like, what would that make me then? The prodigal son? No, that's not right. But estranged, maybe, I don't know. These are good words, though. So anyway, the wife of my replacement, because I thought I had found a good replacement for myself, like the guy that was supposed to be his friend, so I could go away. And then the replacement, worked out. But then he moved away, and he still comes back. He was there tonight, so it's like good. But his wife, like, I don't know, used to like me okay, but then when I separated myself, it's like all of a sudden, well, I'm the bad guy for. But people don't understand, and it's not my job to make them understand. I could never, even if I wanted to. You know, it's 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 easier for me to not explain. It's easier for me to not defend myself and not feel guilty or shamed over it either. And people can think and will think whatever the hell they want, and I can't stop them. And as soon as I try to explain or defend or figure out why people don't like me or why I'm being treated a certain way, it just solidifies that, probably their opinion in some way, or who knows. I don't know how other people think. I know how I think, sort of. But how other people think, that's a mystery. I've tried to figure it out forever so I could imitate it, but I never could. I always was I don't know. I was always off. I could never, fake it, like being like normal or whatever. I mean, I thought I did a pretty good job. But I feel a lot better just being myself these days and just letting myself be myself. I don't have to pretend and be like other people, you know? So, and I'm sorry if it hurts feelings, and then people don't, it's like, oh, I'm being rude or I'm being impolite or I'm so selfish. I can't help with that. It's like if I'm uncomfortable and I'm not, people think it's alcoholic behavior. Everything is alcoholic behavior, basically. If you don't do what you're supposed to or what people tell you or think you are supposed to, that's alcoholic behavior. And actually, it's human behavior. You take away the alcohol, you're still left with a human. And humans have feelings too. Regular people have feelings. You don't have to be alcoholic to, be a jerk. You don't have to be an alcoholic to be mean. So, people can think what they like. And also, it's like, it's not alcoholic behavior, it's autistic behavior. And that's not an excuse or a justification, or that's not like giving myself permission to behave in any particular way. But I do get permission to be me. And how that's perceived, I don't really have the time, inclination, or patience to care that much anymore. And if it loses me, well, I'm not looking, like, again, I'm not looking for friends, and I'm not looking for being popular. So it's like, as far as I'm concerned, it's a win-win. The less people talk to me, the better off I usually am, and the better off I usually feel. It's like, I like people to be there doing whatever it is they do for themselves. Just leave me out of it. I'm okay. I jingle my own keys. So, and yes, it does get lonely. But, yeah, I haven't figured out anything else. This is okay. It might be viewed as, but I'm the only one that knows about it. So it's like, I don't really care. I guess the words other people would project onto it if they knew about it or had their opinion, because they have their opinion, as they would, probably see it as sad and lonely and pathetic, and oh, he's probably going to drink and go die. It's like, actually, I'm highly motivated these days, having gone through what I've been through and having lived as long as I have, that, yeah, I'm not, I'm not done. So, I didn't get this far and have been through so much to quit. Oh no. As long as I'm able to. It's like, I will just, I will get better at whatever it is I'm doing. Whatever it is I practice, I will get better at. And, the best thing I can do is just, let there not be casualties. Let me take no prisoners. Let me take no hostages. Let me stand out of the way when I need to. But not be afraid as well to become emotionally invested or emotionally attached should circumstance arise. I shouldn't be afraid. So in this regard, I can feel, proud of myself that I was not afraid. It is a risk for me anytime to let myself be known. I'm not a fan of it because it is a vulnerability and I can be taken advantage of because it's happened before. And, more than one occasion. And I don't really like it. So it's like, if, if that's like all my human contact and all my human interaction ends up leading towards like some sort of trust violation, it's like I'm just, I just keep getting, less and less inclined to want to trust people. And it's not their fault. They're just doing whatever it is they do. I don't know. There's a reciprocity thing. And I'm sure, I'm sure I've done it to other people too, where it's like, they put their trust in me and, and I didn't even know it. And then all of a sudden, I'm not being the projection of who I'm supposed to be for them, and that's a betrayal. Because I'm not who I'm supposed to be. Because they've assigned me characteristics, assigned me a role in their life. And I didn't sign a contract, and I don't even know about it. And all of a sudden it's my responsibility to live up to their expectations. And I'm not doing my job. And it's like, no. No, and no, and no. Mm-hmm. So, if that's a betrayal of trust, well, nothing I can do about that. Except for, now, if I become aware of it, then just don't feed into it. Give them nothing. Don't, so. And I'm sure that's probably what happens to me sometimes, and I don't understand it. So, for better or for worse, other people are taking care of themselves, just like I'm taking care of myself. So, anytime it's like a failure to comprehend, a failure to understand, there's projected compassion, where I can assume there's compassion without, understanding. It's like the people that don't understand my distancing. They might see it as mean, or they might, who knows what they think. But it's not that I don't care. And it's not that I don't, I've done what I could. And And if I try to explain anything to them, they I will just get, they will just tell me I'm wrong. You know, I'm wrong in my perceptions. I'm wrong about who I am. I'll try to be convinced or persuaded into all these things that it's like we've been down that road. It's like, no, I don't want, no, that's what you want. I don't want that. So I get a say in my own life as far as like what I want and what I don't want. So it's like, it's not my job to fulfill your dreams, you know. And I don't really even know about my own dreams. So I like my dreams these days, though. I actually have dreams these days. So anyway, people in the rooms. I was walking back tonight and it's like, I think I could give up this one. I don't really think I'm getting, and it's Sunday and my hands are raw from being at work all week, all weekend. And it's like, especially in this dry weather, and my skin just washing my hands so much, it's just dries everything out. Chapped skin. So, anyway. Okay, well, this is about 8:45 on Sunday, January 31st, 2021. This is where I was at. This is what I was thinking. And, oh boy, my 9 o'clock call. I'm getting prepared mentally for wherever I'm going to be taken. And I'll probably spend, like just listening. There's nothing I can do. I'll hear her tell stories, the same stories I've heard so many times. And she'll talk about her situation that she refuses to do anything about. And I'm alone. But you never know. There might be good news. I'm hoping somebody else in the family, her brother, might intervene. Somebody needs to do something. I know, it's me, probably. But what is there to do? I don't have the authority. I would need some sort of legal... It's like, I don't have any idea how all that stuff works. It's my job to know? I don't. It's very confusing. So, of course, I can always just hope that maybe it's never as bad as what she says it is. She's just exaggerating for effect. Because she has one thing in mind, and she wants to convince me to, move back to West Virginia, which I don't want to do. And so she just tells me all these horrible stories. To play on guilt and fear and shame, and because she's done that before. And then I show up and it's like, So, I don't know. I better get to it, though. Get braced for the unknown. change is inevitable. Just like when I was up in Wisconsin, I was basically cursing my own life. I didn't want any more of it. I was just kind of done. It's over. It's all about the endings. I was just waiting. And it did end. Then I woke up again. I was kind of pissed off. I said, what do you mean I gotta live? I don't know how to do that. So, being responsible. So, anyway, that's my final thought. That'll close out. Yeah.